Being a new step parent can be exciting, especially in the early phase. You have met your person, the person that you can see yourself spending the rest of your life with and building a family with. But your person is already a parent, and on top of that, is in a co-parenting relationship. From just the statement alone, you already know that in your family and in the society as a whole, you'll be known as a step parent. You have already pictured how you will fit in this already formed family and how you and your person will parent these kids to be the best versions of themselves. It is so easy to get swept away by this fantasy to a point where you believe you have it worked out before it even begins. And then you're all living under the same roof. And that's when you realize navigating this new role, it can be quite tricky. So in this video, I would like to share with you 7 tips that have helped me navigate this role when I was a new stepmom. Topics that include building a positive relationship with your stepkids, setting boundaries, managing co-parenting dynamics, and fostering a positive family dynamic. All right, are you ready? Let's take a deep breath and let's dive in. Tip number 1. You came into this family as an outsider. You were not there when the kids were born. You did not raise them up. You have no shared history with them, nor have you celebrated specific milestones with them yet. On top of all that, everybody in the family is still trying to adjust to this new family dynamic. Just in all instances, building a relationship takes patience, and you need to understand where each member of the family is during this whole process. By trying to push the relationship as if it has already developed, instead of allowing it to develop naturally, it will cause the kids to feel overwhelmed and disrespected, and ultimately, they will resent you. Tip number 2. Learn to accept that you will never be on the same level, nor have the same voice as the biological parents. The co-parent is not the other person. He or she is someone who has put time and money into raising these kids and has formed a bond with them. And a parent-child bond is the strongest bond you'll ever encounter. One of the challenges that the kids may have difficulty overcoming is trusting that you did not join the family to replace or displace the other parent. So by showing respect and kindness to your partner, as well as to the co-parent, especially in front of the kids, instead of competing, it may put the kids at ease to trust that you are not the enemy, but rather an adult who also wants the best for them. Tip number 3. Being kind is not the same as being nice. Being nice means you disregard your opinion, your discomfort, your person for the benefit of the other person or people, just so you can be liked. You can still be understanding and respectful, but at the same time, you can still set your own boundaries. And these boundaries include physical boundaries, emotional boundaries, time boundaries, responsibility boundaries, boundaries regarding how you interact with the co-parent, and your own personal value boundaries. But these boundaries, they need not be rigid. Because when you're in a blended family, you need to be flexible. There are gonna be times when you're gonna have to step up, and there are times when you're gonna have to step down and allow your partner to take over. Tip number 4, learn to communicate openly and clearly. This is very essential in any relationship. When you're communicating, be specific. Clearly state your wants, needs, and concerns instead of bottling them up, and avoid generalization. If an issue comes up, use I statements to express your thoughts and feelings instead of using you statements, which may come across accusatory and cause the other person to shut down and become defensive. Refrain from criticizing or blaming. Focus on the issue instead of the person. Actively listen to your partner and ask clarifying questions to make sure you're on the same page instead of making assumptions. Also show empathy. Understand where your partner is coming from and how they're feeling and why they're feeling this way. Tip number 5. Once you and your partner have agreed on the rules and consequences, it is very important that you enforce them consistently. There may be times when the kids may rebel against your voice, and this is where you need to step back and allow your partner to enforce them for you while you are there. This will show that you are a team and that these rules are non-negotiable. There are times when the kids may not want to come over, simply because the other household is more relaxed. But don't take it personally. Keep on being consistent. And there will be times when they realize that they need order in their life, and they will appreciate it. Parenting is not all about discipline, order, rules. It's also about spending quality time together. So plan and engage in activities that will bring the family together. Encourage one another to try new things so that you can build shared memories. Make sure that nobody is left behind. But if maybe one person is having a moody day, it's okay to validate their emotions. You can tell them that everybody has those days. It's okay. And that they can join the fun when they feel ready to. This way, you're putting the decision in their hands. And when they see that everybody's having fun, then they'll also want to join in. Celebrate little achievements. Mark special events and make sure that you celebrate the small achievements and the big achievements. Also plan time away from the kids to spend time with your partner to reconnect and decompress. That means no talking about kids, jobs, chores, discipline, nothing. Just you and your partner reconnecting together. Tip number 7. Still on the whole thing about planning quality time, you also need to plan your own self-care time. It's so easy to feel like you're being selfish when you're busy taking care of yourself. The way that I got around all of that was that I allowed my partner to have his own separate time with the kids without me constantly being there. That way then they get their own bonding time and I get to go out and I get to do what I love to do on my own. So it is essential that you maybe pick hobbies that you have always wanted to engage in and go and do those things. Develop yourself so that you can become a better version of yourself. Also go out with your friends, catch up with your family, and make sure that you've got a strong support system, that you know that when you're not in a good place, you can always go to that place where you can vent without any judgment. If you don't have anybody that you can talk to or a support system around you, try to find support groups specifically for step parenting. If there aren't any in your area, then every time you take the kids out to do their extracurricular activities, talk to other parents. You'll be surprised how many step parents are around. And maybe you can start a support group on your own and check in with each other. Most importantly, enjoy the journey. It's the little moments that make it so much worth it. Don't think about the future. Don't worry about the future. Take that moment at that time and focus on it. Be present with your family. I hope these tips will help you. If you have any more tips that you would like to share, please put them in the comment section below. And please don't forget to subscribe and also to like and to share this video, because it might give encouragement to a lot of other people who really feel alone. And also, if you're interested in getting more videos, please click on that notification bell. Until the next video, remember, be kind to others, and most importantly, be kind to yourself.